Everybody, I'm Heather and I'm a glassblower with the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen, and today I'm going to show you how to make a decorative part of glass. There's so much that we can do in glassworking, glassblowing. Sometimes we make parts, components that become part of other larger things, so that's kind of what I'm going to show you today. So a while back I made some tubing out of individual glass rods, and it looks like this. So it's individual glass rods like these, and I sandwich them together in clear tubing, and then use a torch to heat it up and melt it down. And it's a pretty involved process, but I end up with material that I can use in parts later. So let's take a look at some lined tubing. So this particular technique does have a specific name. You could call it wigwag, you could call it switchback, whatever you want to call it. I will turn these lines back and forth all the way down until I run out of material, and then later I can cut it in half again and turn it into something more decorative. I can change those patterns by blowing that entire section or piece of glass. Here I'm just twisting the end, and now to make some lines. Go back and forth. So I'm just bending the lines, that's really it. So that piece that I just showed you, I can continue to manipulate that design, changing the optics, creating all different kinds of patterns, and then I can then take that final design and include it in a larger piece, or say a piece of jewelry. I can make it a focal piece. I can incorporate it with another glass bubble and do more things. So that's why it's called a section. It's really just a decorative section of glass. Getting this really hot. Just gave it a little twist. Let it cool down a little bit, and go back into the flame. Getting it really hot. I have different colors of glass in here, so all the glass tends to heat up at a different rate, cool down at a different rate, behaves differently. And it does feel a little bit like putty in my hands. It feels a little wobbly. I'd like it to all move the same way at the same time, but it doesn't. And I just keep on going down the line, heating up, twisting. My hands are actually twisting in the opposite direction every other time, so I really have to keep track of which way are my hands turning, and then which way did my hands stop to twist it. Because if I don't get it right, then I throw off the design. I could untwist it, but that is tricky sometimes. Going back in. Getting it really hot. Coming out, get a little twist. Letting it cool down a little bit. And the last one. There we go. And if I want, I can go back in and I can clean up these, make them a little bit more tight or loose or whatever I want to do. Or I can just say, good enough, I like it. This one over here, I think I might heat that one up and just give that a little touch up, try to get it in line a little bit more. Sometimes the first one gets off to a rough start. Yeah, that's better. Just a little tweak, a little heat and a little tweak, that's all you need. And now I will take the tube in my left hand and get rid of it. Because I no longer need it. And I'll just clean up. Actually, I don't need this torch anymore. Wow, that's loud, huh? And then I'll come over here. And I just clean this up. Trying to get that as close as I can. Trying to trim off the excess. So the next step is to start heating this up and melting it in, turning it into a ball, a shape that I can then continue to manipulate the design of, or I can use it as it is.